Y'all should already know what kind of video this is about. Tibby. It's supervillains, as you could tell from a Thanos shirt. And I definitely got this shoe. It's Team Thanos all day. First person I'm going with is Juggernaut. Literally, if they just made him a smarter villain, in my opinion, literally if they just gave him some sort of intelligence rather than just him being ridiculously OP. Like, he's one of the few people that can contend with the Hulk like no problem, because technically he has like infinite strength for real, because like the helmet that he wears is like indestructible, and it's like the powers granted are bestowed by, I can't remember the name of the god, but it's some god, and that's who he pretty much has the strength of, and that's like infinite. So you can't even really kill him for real, unless the helmet's off, or like you can manipulate like matter and molecules and stuff like that. Other than that, it's like good luck. Like, he can cause like seismic like earthquakes with like a stomp, and he doesn't have to be angry like the Hulk. Like, he fought World Breaker Hulk. Granted, that didn't go well for him because Hulk was a different level of mad when he was World Breaker, but the fact that he one punched the Hulk, but then Juggernaut gave him like a challenge right up there with Sentry. And he only got burned out when he fought Sentry, but Juggernaut for real could have just kept going and going and going. He has like momentum-based speed, and is actually technically a low-key speedster. He can get up to like 600 miles an hour, and like nothing can really stop him unless you're sort of matching that. Just all that brute strength behind him. He also like has feats like invulnerability and a crazy amount of stamina. He doesn't need to eat. He's like, it's the magical strength power bestowed upon him gives him self-sustenance, so he doesn't really need to eat anything. And on top of being damn near indestructible, he has a healing factor. So just like most people, like Captain America has a healing factor. Just like Venom. Who is next? Some people would say, why pick Venom and not Carnage? Because Carnage is too crazy for me. Like, literally, Bull just wants to kill everything, and Venom like doesn't mind killing anything or everything, but like he wants to have fun doing it. Venom, I think, is a bit more enjoyable as a character. He has a bit more personality than a serial killer. Surprise, surprise. So that's partly why I went with him. But also, like, Venom's pretty strong and pretty fast. Also, the fact that he's a symbiote, it allows him to shapeshift and create tentacles and tendrils that can penetrate through like reinforced steel and stuff like that. So he's pretty strong. He's fought Juggernaut to like a standstill. He definitely couldn't best him. Somebody who can create seismic events with a stomp or a clap of their hands, like that's a different level of power. But Venom offers a lot of versatility. He's overtaken like other superheroes and villains. I think villains. I don't want to speak not the truth about Venom, but the fact that he has that capability because he's a symbiote, I think you need a villain on your team with that sort of versatility who can back up with strength, speed, agility, his reflexes. Also, he has something similar to a spider sense, and anybody with a spider sense, actually, it doesn't work on somebody like Venom. Like, you won't be able to detect him coming up. Like, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. That means every Spider-Man is in danger of a symbiote like Venom. So, like, keep that on your team. Telepathic resistance, that too. And camouflage, that goes along with shape-shifting. Like, I like Juggernaut as just a brute strength person. I like Venom because of his personality and the versatility of his power sets. But now we get into the super OP, these super duper OP villains. Third person is Magneto. He don't get talked about enough. He pulled a bullet from space at the speed of light to headshot somebody to save some random girl or maybe a character in the comics, to be able to manipulate, I didn't even turn off the car, the whole electromagnetic spectrum, to have control of all of that, and to feel and perceive everything through that spectrum, almost unfathomable. That is a ridiculous amount of power. That's a lot. On top of that, like, he's an expert level combatant. It's always good to have people who, when all else fails, they can fight you just straight up, just start punching and kicking and like all that, manipulate pretty much almost anything that, like, there is a limit. It's not necessarily everything that is metal, but like the versatility, and he can feel it. Like, geomagnetic link, his helmet also helps him resist telepathic attacks. He's classified as an Omega level mutant, as he should be. Genius level intellect, speaks multiple languages, that, like, languages you wouldn't even really think to learn too. So, like, low-key, it's like kind of not practical, I think, to know some of these languages, but I'm not going to tell that man what to do. And then right along with it, people just have me pulling up. While I was looking for a parking spot, mad people are just, it's Monday in the middle of the day. Mad people skipped work just because it's sunny outside and it's finally like hot and warm, just like it is in my car. Mad people skipped work just to be outside today. And I can respect that, because I probably would have tried to do the same thing. But back to the supervillains. Number 4, an Infinity Gauntlet wielder. Not just the dude on my shirt. He's one of the people. And he's also destroyed an entire universe pretty much just because he could. Like, a universe, not a world, not a planet, not a multiple galaxies, not some void in space, an entire universe. He needs more shine, and these Fantastic Four movies ain't doing this man no justice whatsoever. He's one of the best sorcerers in the Marvel Universe, second only to Doctor Strange. Strange is soft though. Doom will do anything. A scientific genius. So you got a top-notch scientist and pretty much a top-notch sorcerer mixed into one person. He's evil, genius level intellect as well, has killed a lion with his bare hands, basically went back in time and like relived like his life to learn a bunch of other magical spells and like conjuring techniques and a whole bunch of other sorcery up until like present day, which is crazy. He can manipulate like molecules and matter and like reality, and like I said before, he's wielded the Infinity Gauntlet before. There's only a couple of people that have done that. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Black Panther, Captain America, but he couldn't handle it. He can teleport anywhere, including between dimensions. It just grants him all sorts of powers. The list really goes on and on. Like, what I put on the screen is small, like infinitesimal to what this man has done and can do. And lastly, dude on my shirt, Thanos. Without the Infinity Gauntlet, he has survived being in the sun, being in a black hole, lifting what is called the world engine, I think, which is something crazy. Like, he actively tries to avoid Hulk in the comics because fighting Hulk is always a problem for anybody. He dismantled Hulk in the movie and can contend with the strongest of the strong and toughest of the tough in Marvel's universe. Matched Silver Surfer's speed off of reflexes. Like, Thanos isn't a speedster, but when your reaction time is faster than somebody that can move trillions of miles an hour, I mean that might be a feat with the gauntlet, but like, still killing off world after world without the Infinity Stones. This just getting the gauntlet really just sped it up for him. And he's gotten the gauntlet multiple times. Like, this team isn't even that OP for real. Like, literally, like, the weakest person is Venom, but like, Venom can infect a planet. That's my team. Juggernaut, Venom, Magneto, Doctor Doom, and Thanos. I don't see anybody beating it. Doom is taken out of universe. Magneto is classified as an Omega level mutant. Like, that's a super dangerous threat. And Thanos has like rulership over galaxies. beat it. I don't think you can. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna go home because I'm mad sweaty right now.